Hey everybody, welcome back to another Arena Hacks video. My name is Kyle Wagner. Today I'm just going to be doing a little fun video about this daily challenge here. It doesn't have to be the 750 coin version of this challenge. There is a 500 coin challenge, which is just 25 lands. But a lot of challenges like this often just kind of sit in the background. You don't really focus on them because it's like, playing lands, it's like you do it in no matter what type, no matter what type of deck you're using, you're playing lands. It's usually not a lot, so each game this only goes up by a little bit. So it just kind of sits in the background, especially if it's 750 and you're like, well, I'm not going to swap a 750 coins challenge, right? So it just sits there and slowly pegs away before it gets completed. So in this video, I'm going to show you a deck I've kind of made to kind of just hasten those. It's not necessarily the most effective. I try to make it a pretty good deck that does win a decent amount. It's always better value. It's fun to win, and it's a better value. You get some you get rewards over here and your weekly wins. So winning is always good for value. And like I said, it's just, who doesn't want to win? It's just fun, right? So yeah, that's what today's video is going to be about, the deck that I've created to help just get this not sitting in the background, pegging away slowly. Even if I don't finish it in this video, I'm going to be more than halfway done. And 40 lands, that can be rather grindy to play that many lands, because there's something it's actually kind of critical I'm going to get to with this one, and I'm actually going to mention something too about the attacking with creatures. So actually, no, I'll explain that right now while we're looking at this menu. So the trick with this 40 land thing here is you have to play them. You have to play them from your hand, right? You can't use abilities of creatures to, put an extra land on the battlefield, or put a land from your hand on the battlefield tap. I think Arboreal Rootgrazer, or whatever, I think it's called Arboreal Rootgrazer. It just rotated, it's in Historic now. But that was a card. It was a 1-mana creature. It had Defender, I think. No, it doesn't have Defender. It just has no power. But anyways, you play it, and when it enters the battlefield, you can put a land from your hand on the battlefield tapped. So, but that doesn't count as playing a land. That doesn't trigger this. Migratory Greathorn, whenever you mutate it, search your library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield tapped. That does not get you a point towards this challenge, right? You have to be playing lands in order for this to trigger. So likewise, this is just, we're focusing on this today, but this, I'm just going to do a little side note on this one, because there's a similar trick here. You have to pay attention. Somebody mentioned in the comments about my most recent video I did on Sunday with the mono white budget deck. They talked about their mono white deck and how they use Leonin Warrior a lot. The thing about Leonin Warrior, when he attacks, he creates 2 other cat creature tokens with lifelink that are tapped and attacking when they're created. Those 2 creatures that Leonin War Leader created do not count towards this challenge. They will not count. Now, once it cycles around to your next turn and you still have those creatures and they're alive, you untap them, you take your turn. Let's say you attack with the Leonin War Leader again, and you attack with those other 2 creature tokens you created your previous turn. Now they will count as 2 creature attacks, plus the Leonin Warrior in the previous turn and again this turn. But the 2 ones he's creating, when they're created, tapped, and attacking already during combat, it doesn't count as you attacking with them. It's not the same thing, and it will not trigger. I learned that with Winata, who brings humans from your library onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking, already does this mid-combat, right? So that does not count towards this challenge. So that's something you have to pay attention to as well. So today we're focusing on this one. We're focusing on playing lands, not just getting them onto the battlefield, playing them from our hand. So let's take a look at the deck that I've put together to do just that. Okay, so here's the deck. We definitely have a lot of, I definitely have some landfall stuff in here with the Scythecat, the Fearless Fledgling, Lotus Cobra. This is definitely not a budget deck by any means. I ran through and counted them. There are 6 common cards, not non-lands, not including lands. There are 6 common cards, 8 uncommon, I think. Yeah, 8 uncommon. What did I say? 6 common, 8 uncommon, 16 rares, and 2 mythic rares, the 2 Ancient Greenwardens here. I can't take these guys out because they're just so awesome. You want to try to win a little bit. This deck isn't quite as effective as my other landfall deck that I have. I do win more games with the other landfall deck. However, this one is pretty good. It does hold its own. I don't have any of these guys in my other deck, but that's because if you read his ability, you understand why. We're trying to play land, so you can play an additional land on each of your turns with this guy on the battlefield. So as long as he stays on the battlefield every turn, you're getting an extra point. As long as you have lands in your hand and you're playing them, you're getting that extra point towards that challenge that we mentioned. Same with Scale the Heights. That's why I have Scale the Heights in here as well. You get to play an additional land on your turn. So then I got Cultivate. That helps get lands into your hand. Yes, you do put a land onto the battlefield, and no, that does not count towards that challenge. However, it does trigger landfall, so it helps our Fledgling, our Scythecat, our Felidar Retreat. It helps all those things for that landfall trigger. It is, so you know, that is like an additional land. It doesn't, you play a land already, then you play Cultivate. Yes, the land that goes on the battlefield doesn't get you a point towards the challenge, but it does get a second trigger towards all your landfall abilities. And it gives you a land in your hand that you can then play later. So if you've already played a land, then you Cultivate. You get a land on the battlefield, you get a land in your hand. If you've already got a Dryad on the battlefield, now you get to play that land. So that's like 3 landfall triggers. You played a land, played a Cultivate, and then played another land with the land that you cultivated into your hand, right? So Cultivate is just really good for these kind of decks, so that's why it's in there. It does get it, like I said, it does bring it into your hand as well. So as the Dryad of the Ilysian Grove I already mentioned, yeah, just to get that extra land play. Lotus Cobra here, I kind of skimmed past them. You read his ability, yeah, you play a land, you get an extra mana. So that's pretty cool. When you play Evolving Wilds, you're getting mana from them, and Fabled Passages before you even use their abilities. Not to mention, with the Dryad on the battlefield, you can actually tap these guys for mana of any color you want. You can tap any land for any color of mana you want if you read this guy all the way through and what his abilities are. We don't really use them that much in this deck. We're really just going for playing those extra lands. Scale the Heights already mentioned, Territorial Scythecat, and Fearless Fledgling. They're early threats. They're relatively low mana cost, so they come onto the battlefield pretty early. Especially if you don't get a Fledgling, you get a Lotus Cobra second turn. You can usually very quickly be playing your Scythecat and pumping him up with his own landfall abilities. Felidar Retreat. Again, like, this is just the master of landfall cards. Like, if your opponent can't blow up this enchantment, it usually doesn't take too long. If he plays a couple board wipes, you just play more lands and you get more little cat beast tokens, and it's hard for people to really shut this down. Unless they destroy the enchantment itself quickly, it's difficult for people to shut this down once you get it on the battlefield and going, which can be difficult because it is 4 mana, and when you play it, nothing happens. You have to have a land to play immediately after for you to get immediate effects from it, which is where that Lotus Cobra comes in handy again. It allows you to play it, get the extra mana to play it, then still play that land to get the triggers and all that stuff. Yasharn, he's great. He tutors up a plains and a forest. I should actually adjust these by 1 like that just because of him, because I find I get very close to running out of plains in some of my games, and because Evolving Wilds and Fabled Passages, they tutor up basic land and basic land only. They don't tutor up the Crawling Barrens or the Pathways. Same with Yasharn, it's only a plains or a forest. Actually, it's both, one of each. And that secondary ability right at the bottom there, players can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents to cast spells or activate abilities. That can come handy against some Rakdos decks. When you're playing against them, they can't sacrifice their permanents, they can't pay life, or any of that stuff, so that becomes really handy there. Ancient Greenwarden, he's just great because you can play lands out of your graveyard with him. So if you're going up against a mill deck, all of a sudden now you're pulling lands out of your graveyard and playing them. He's putting lands in your graveyard, you're just using your Ancient Greenwarden to get him back out onto the battlefield. These guys, when you play them, you sacrifice them anyways. So when you get this guy out, you can bring him back out, play them, sacrifice them, get a land on them, they go back in your graveyard, and you can just bring them right back out again with the Ancient Greenwarden. And you're getting double landfall triggers. If you use his ability, all your landfall triggers trigger double. So all your Scythecats get 2 counters, and where are they here? Scythecat 2 counters instead of 1, same with the Fearless. Felidar triggers twice. Each time it triggers, you can choose any one of those options, whether to create a cat or whether to put a 1/1 counter on everybody with Vigilance until end of turn. You can do any one of those, both one of them twice, it doesn't matter. And the other important thing is here, we got 28 lands in the deck. I know that's a lot, but we want to make sure we have a lot in our hand to keep playing them. Like I said, this deck isn't super competitive. It's really just for getting those lands out and get rid of that challenge, that pesky challenge that sits there and just slowly ticks away every game until finally, if you get a long game that drags on and you end up getting 8 or 10 lands on the battlefield because the game goes on so long, in those games, yeah, you have that, all of a sudden that thing just whoosh, you get a lot of progress on it, but it's still slow. The game is long, it drags on, right? So it's still a slow way of completing that challenge. So that's really what this deck is all about. A lot of these rares are just to help make it work better, as well as the Ilysian Groove just to help play more lands. I actually have less rares in my other landfall deck than I do in this one. Now let's get to some matches and see how it goes. Okay, here we go. First one. It's kind of tricky. I don't know. I wish I had some more threats to get down. But we'll try it. We got the Elysian Grooves here, Scale the Heights. We get some extra mana out of the Cobra if he survives. Cobras are pretty weak with only one toughness, so when you play them, opponents can pick them off pretty quickly, usually, depending on what kind of decks they're running and what spells they have. So let's go with this. Get that guy out. So next turn I can do the Elysian Grove and attack with the Cobra. Okay, now that he's got that, I'm not sure if I want to attack with my Cobra quite yet. See what card I draw. Dang. So I'm going to get at least 1 mana out of the Cobra. Might get a second one for this. I don't think I can play both of these, right? Probably not. Let's go. Let's try it. Let's see what we can do. Let's just play it out and see if we can play one of these guys and a Cultivate. Everything's going to be green, so let's just hit green all the time. Yeah, so we'll play that. I do have another land here. I need 3 lands though, so we'll go this way. You know what? Let's hold the Cultivate for now. Let's just go green mana. Can I play this? I don't understand. Oh, because I can tap this for mana, right? I said that earlier too. Right, yeah, let's actually play this and put it on the Cobra. I don't have another land to play, unfortunately, but I can attack with the Cobra now safely. This deck takes a little bit of thinking sometimes because there's all these abilities going on and you're like, well, if I do this and I play this land and then get a counter there, you suck, buddy. Gets a card draw out of it too. Oh well, all of these count as lands played, right? Yeah. I didn't tutor anything directly onto the battlefield yet, so that's 4 lands played already. Here goes 5. Actually, we can go... I don't have any landfall triggers yet, so I'm just going to keep tapping this for mana. So let's go Retreat. This one. And we'll make a little kitty beast, not a kitty cat. It's a cat beast if you read the, yeah. card there. So now we can cultivate with a Felidar Retreat on the battlefield. So that'll be good, especially with an Ilysian Grove on the battlefield as well, being able to play an extra land. And we have an Evolving Wilds. And because of the ability of Ilysian Grove, lands you control are every basic land type in addition to their other types, which means they can create all colors of mana. Dang you with this stuff. The dead weights. What was the first one? Mire's Grasp. Still. He gets card draw out of it because of this guy. Whenever an enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura you control enchanted to it. So they're his auras that he's putting on them. Alright. I haven't played a land yet. This will get a tapped land on the battlefield. Give me a land to play. Yeah, let's cultivate. How many white sources? Technically, well, it doesn't matter. As long as I have an Ilysian Groove on the battlefield, they can all be played however I want. Or whatever color of mana I want, I can get from them. So let's go another cat. We need to go wide because he keeps killing everything. Drop that. Do we want to go another Cultivate? Or do we want to go Groove? Let's attack with this guy. Let's put another Dryad on. Ooh, I hope he doesn't have a board wipe. I don't know. He's got some good creatures, so if he has a Shadow the Sky, he would lose his stuff too. Okay, that sucks. So he's going to take out one of the cats now with that thing. Draw a card from it. His hateful Eidolon. But it's okay. We've got Ilysian Grooves. We've got a Cultivate. We've got an Evolving Wilds on the field sitting there. We've got a Felidar Retreat. So, I mean, he's got a lot of stuff on us, but we're doing okay too. Oh, yeah! Okay, what do I have in the graveyard? Do I have any lands in the graveyard? No. How much is he going to take? Damn near everything. That sucks. Do I have any lands in the graveyard? No. I can put the Evolving Wilds in the graveyard. Yeah, I can do that. And then I can play it an additional couple times. Oh, that's true too, I can! I didn't even think of that. So now I gotta find this ability here. That's what the Ilysian Grove does. It gives you all those options because you can tap it for any colored mana. So it's like, what do you want? This mana, that mana, that mana, or do you want to use its ability? So let's go like that. Get another cat. 2 cats. Because I'm going to be able to play this Evolving Wilds another 3 more times, I think. Oh my god. Sometimes, I was just about to say, sometimes this deck explodes and you get combos that are ridiculous. Oh my god. Yeah, because of I was just playing Evolving Wilds over and over because this guy pulls it out of the graveyard. Holy, and then, oh my god. Okay, well, we'll see how many land plays I got. I think that counts as, I'm just sacrificing it now. It went into the graveyard, so I played it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. We'll see. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to cut out that other game because my camera stopped recording partway through. I don't know why, and so it's very choppy and it's all over the place. I lost. It was a deck with another Loris deck with a lot of removal, so he just picked off all my creatures right away. I couldn't really do anything the whole game. I got another 7 land play triggers though, so that was pretty cool. So now I'm at 14 with that after 2 quick games. There was another game after that. Sorry, there was another game after that, but nothing even happened. Opponent just conceded right away, and that was it. Game over. This looks like fairly similar to the way I started the other game, though. Fearless Fledgling, or Plains, Crawling Barrens, Fearless Fledgling. So it's kind of funny the way that all worked out. He knows it's his turn, right? There we go. Okay, choosing what card did it. What did he discard? I'm curious. Show me. Creature card. Okay. Okay. So we want to do this round. Do we want to cultivate? Now let's go to the forest. And then we're going to go this guy to get some extra threats. He's going to start attacking with that. So I'm going to have to build up another threat, and I might have to block him and trade creature for creature. So I need to... Oh, no, that's bad. Alright, so you get an attack. If he makes me sack the creature, I'll do the Scythecat. Oh, that was it? I wish I could get a land that I could, during his turn, give my Fearless Fledgling flying. Well, let's go this way, and we'll make this one white. And then we'll cultivate. Yeah, cultivate. Now let's go 2 forests. We've got lots of forests in this deck. Now, if I could block his Rankle with the Fledgling, I wouldn't have attacked there. The problem is I cannot give that Fledgling flying during my opponent's turn. There are definitely ways to do that in this deck, but I don't have them right now. Oh, of course, yeah. See, removal is probably one of the biggest weaknesses of this deck. This guy's just getting way too much stuff way too fast, too. And that extra damage he's doing to me. Now I get this. Yeah, it's kind of a little too late for that. I don't think it's going to save me now. God, I need an Evolving Wilds or something to block his Rankle. Or a Fabled Passage or something. Oh man, he just kills everything. Non-stop. Removal. Never-ending removal. What do I have out there right now? 5? Yeah, so this will be 6, which will be enough for this. Which doesn't really help. Talks with 2 creatures and I'm dead. Yeah, alright, well, we just want to play land, so let's go to the next one then. Save some time. That would all just be... Like, I don't even have any lands in my hand. Oh, I got Yasharn, which tutors up lands. What did I have? 6 mana? Yeah, I would have had just enough to play a Yasharn, get 2 lands, play 1 land, get an Ilysian Groove, and then play the other land. So I would have been able to do that. But I wouldn't have survived, so it didn't matter. Save time, move on. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we move on to the next round. Oh, do I want to keep this? Ooh. I don't like how I'm missing green, but we'll keep it anyway. Please. Start off with Plains. Barrens into Fearless Fledgling again. Oh, I forgot to check where we are at with the landfall, or the land playing triggers. Challenge thing, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we'll do green again, I guess. Green is what I've been hoping for, so we'll get that on the battlefield right away. Oh, I was going to do Barrens, wasn't I? Oh well, whatever. So yeah, Yeah, because what we're doing right now, I'm just trying to hammer out. If I wanted to play an effective landfall deck, I told you about the other deck I have, which doesn't even have any of these guys, but it's got more ways to get lands out of your library right onto the field. I can't do anything super awesome right now. I can play this guy, and then next turn I can play my Scythecat. Or I can play this guy, play my Plains, double pump the Fledgling. Boom. Ha. Oh crap, what has he got now? Horsey. A lone legion. Is it a lone legion? Or a lone legion? Oh my god. 6 damage in the air. Wow. Dude. I gotta give him some props for that one. So I got double land with Grove, Ilysian Grove. I can tutor more. Oh, I'd really like to... Let's get this down first, and then we'll play our Yasharn next turn. Let's do that. Pump everybody up, give them vigilance. And then we attack and save that Evolving Wilds so that I can give my guy flying. If I want to block his flying, I can give my guy flying and do just that. What's he doing? 5 damage. So I won't be able to block his flying then, but I'll be able to save my guy. Because I'll pump him up. Let's go green. I don't have a lot of green. Awesome stuff. See where we're at. Okay. A little slow, but I think I'll keep it. Ooh, that's a little better. Yeah, start with that. Ugh, another one? One was fine. Looks like he's got a little life gain deck. Ooh, with green too. That's interesting. Cultivate. Oh, and black too? What the? Huh. What kind of deck does this guy have? Huh. Huh, huh, huh. Go this, yeah, and then I'll get 2 mana, plus this one, which is 3 total. And then I can play this guy still on my turn. And do I want to start putting pressure on him now? Yeah, why not? I don't think he'll block. I still have another Lotus Cobra if he does. Right on. Okay. Play another temple. Oh, another one. I guess that's his first temple. Lifelink can trample now. Is he going to attack? You got the guts. Does he? Eve? Ooh, interesting name. Eve. Oh, doesn't got the guts. I kind of want to do some kind of emote to that. Just a dance or something. Oh, what do I play now? Land first, or... Okay, let's go this way. Just get 2 white from the Cobras. No, it's not me. Okay, there we go. So now what? If I use the Evolving Wilds, I can get 2 more mana and go 3 total for a Cultivate. Oh, that sounds pretty cool, actually. Let's do it. All these landfall triggers take so long. What do I want? White, green? Let's go green. It's all green that we're going to cast, so just hit up green. Cultivate. Let's go double green this time. What do I... Oh, I get 2 more mana? I can't do anything with it, so it doesn't matter. I'll put a stop here. I don't want to put a stop there. Okay, next. Yeah, let's attack with all of them. Why not? Put the pressure on. Ooh, lets it all through. Alright. Interesting. What kind of sleeves does he have here? Oh, I've seen that before. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. This guy allows him to start pumping up his creatures with +1/+1 tokens every time he gains life. Although I don't have to worry about him activating his Speaker of the Heaven. How many lands did I get played? The 3 should be 5. I don't know. We'll see what that's at. Oh. So it only counted as 4, right? Because I did play a Cultivate that one. Yeah, so it only counted 4. That's cool. So what did you think of the deck? I think we got through a lot of those landfall triggers, I guess, call it, for the challenge pretty quick. I didn't finish it, but now I can focus on playing other decks, and the lands that I play in those decks are just going to finish that challenge off like no problem, right quick. And it was 40 lands, which is can be pretty long and grindy to get that challenge complete. So let me know what you think. You think that could use any more improvements? Did you like this video? If you did, hit that like, the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.